And I think we are probably live now. I'll know. We're live now. All right. Hello.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Oh my
Hi.
God. What's up,
Woo.
guys? You guys are in your Sunday best, and I'm just some piece of shit, huh?
Listen, we're all in our.
I think we're all looking pretty snazzy. I gotta say, you're right. We are.
That's true.
Well,
I got sleeves on, so I did dress for some kind of occasion, you know.
That's a one up on me. So
there you go.
Like this is when the queen is having a thing. Like Colin's like, all right, it's time to put the.
All right, I'll put sleeves on. Fine.
Maybe I'll throw a cap. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
I have to ask.
The first chat is what the fuck is this?
We're winning.
That's an amazing start to the show. Thank you all for joining. I have to ask both of you though. What was it like co-hosting with LD last week?
Oh my God, the best.
A dream come true.
I could imagine. I was so sad I had to miss it, but I'm glad that both of you got to experience some interaction with him.
Yeah, he's surprisingly quiet based on what you would see him on TV. You know, you think
he has a lot of opinions.
This loud, boisterous fella.
He's like John Moxley in that he's not shy. He just doesn't always feel the need to say something.
He's not a loud talker.
Understandably so.
He's not a close talker.
Not a loud talker.
You know?
Yeah, not a close talker, not a loud talker.
Yeah.
Not a big talker.
I can't believe Jordan couldn't make it today, guys. We've got Gorsenio with us, so that's we should address that first and foremost.
Yeah, listen, first time guest, long time listener. Excited to be here with you guys.
Welcome.
So happy you're here with us.
You know, yeah. I mean, I've spoken to Jordan about this at length. I'm a Jordan Olds guy. Right. So, I'm trying to get Jordan Olds over if it's the last thing I do.
Listen, it won't happen.
Okay.
Hey,
don't say that.
Listen, me and that guy, we've been feuding for years.
Gorsenio, I just want you to know, if I have to, I will kill you myself. If it means Jordan has to get over, okay?
You're going to take me out?
I'm going to take Gorsenio out in honor of Jordan Olds, all right?
Listen, I'm excited to stop working, so bring it on.
Well, wrestling, huh?
My ass is tired. Wrestling, folks, huh?
Yes.
Just crazy week after crazy
old
week.
Wrestling. Yeah, I feel like the news just keeps kind of getting more and more wild, whether it's things that are happening allegedly out there or changes within different companies, new injuries are popping up. So
you know what's crazy is we can probably stop saying allegedly at this point.
That's true. Yeah. There was even more money that was disclosed again. Like it's
yeah, at this point it's
that shit ain't alleged.
The word is provably.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that is provably happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Truly nuts. You know, Jordan mentioned last week that, like, there's conversations that WWE might be the belle of the ball right now, discussion-wise, because there's like, oh my God, there's so much new stuff happening. And then CM Punk showed up on Wednesday, and I and probably a lot of other people could not give a rat's ass about what happens in WWE anymore.
Yeah.
The stare down between CM Punk and
Him
John
and your
Moxley.
boy.
Yeah.
My boy. I like Jordan also. I'm a big Mox guy. I just finished the book.
Oh, you finished?
I finished.
I'm still working my way through it.
The funniest possible, just like it just kind of ends.
Does it?
It's over.
Really?
It's great.
Like an abrupt ending.
Yeah, it's just like there's like clearly a part. There's clearly a part where it like could have been like the ending, and it's like okay, that makes sense. And then he just like had another chapter, and it was just like, you know what I like?
Sandwiches.
Like I love a. They don't have chili. They don't have like chili flavored Fritos in enough places.
I guarantee you that's real. Is that real?
Please tell me that's in the book.
It's something like that. It's just like it ends and it's just like, Renee told me that I should like, I don't know, maybe I should drive a little slower. But she doesn't know.
You're doing a good job right now.
This is really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I'm like, all right, let's just do this whole show.
I'm halfway through it, and like the sandwiches chapter was where I was like, this is my guy. Like I really.
I'm intrigued. There's a sandwiches chapter.
Oh, Alicia.
Alicia. Is there a sandwich?
The man respects sandwiches, and it will.
You can rope me into a good novel with sandwiches.
It's an entire chapter about just what kind of sandwiches he likes and how much he respects them.
Okay, no spoilers in terms of his favorite sandwich, but I'm very glad to know that this is out there.
You'll be shocked at the answer to that question.
My favorite part about the book is that there's parts where you're reading it and you're like, this is pretty much what I expected.
Yeah,
like from a Mox book, and then there's parts where it's like, how does he? Like, this is genuinely a compelling story. Like, wow, what an upbringing! What a view on his own like on his own life. He's like kind of a great writer at moments.
Yeah, he is.
And then there's chapters where he's like movie suggestion, law-abiding citizen.
It's so funny.
At random in there.
Yeah, it's great. It's like every chapter has a buffer with like a movie or an album.
Wow, that's really neat. Fun. Okay.
Flick pick though. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah.
That's fun.
I really like all those moments that you just described where he gets like really kind of intimate and shares these deep things about himself. He'll always end it with like, "This book sucks."
I know. Like, why would anybody be reading this?
Yeah. It's great.
Like it's like heartbreaking, and like, you know what it like it'll be like a heartbreaking thing about like him like realizing that the world is cruel, like being a child who got his like bike stolen and he got beat up for no reason or whatever, and he's like learning a new way to adapt or whatever. And then like the next chapter is just like, you motherfuckers seen The Hunt from Red October?
Yeah. It's great.
Oh, wow.
That movie's
that is such a bizarre structure.
It's
but
the best.
I love it.
It really works.
Do you guys have any other favorite like autobiographies out there for wrestling? Just while we're
I haven't read any. Colin?
The Jericho's first one. And I really liked the JR one.
Okay, I think my favorite is the Mankind Have a Nice Day one, because I read it when I was super, super young, and then after doing stuff with him and rereading, I was like, oh, he's like the coolest, the absolute coolest. Yeah, very cool.
I was not prepared for wrestling. Like the second you were like, any favorite autobiographers, I was gonna be like, the Prince Beautiful ones is unbelievable.
We don't give a fuck about Prince. Okay, I'm just kidding. That's not true. But
yeah,
this is a wrestling show.
You couldn't even. Yeah, it's a wrestling show.
I couldn't even hold that for 1 second. It's crazy.
Yeah. Prince is the greatest of all time. But the CM Punk returned. I mean, for me, it's that I didn't realize how much of a game changer emotionally that was going to be for me. Him and Mox.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff.
Did not realize what that was going to do to me.
The pay-per-view's in 3 weeks?
Something. I think 2. I think isn't it 2 now?
2 weeks, and I'm ready.
I'm not sure. Maybe
you came off a little British just there, Alicia. Is it in 2 weeks now?
Is it?
Did I?
Is it? Is it 2?
I wonder if it is in 2 weeks.
I think if we had fucking British accents, we'd be drawing in some viewers. I'll tell you what, all those motherfuckers are British.
Can you imagine all 3 of us just talking about biscuits? Oh.
Right, CM Punk's back. Then we'd be every other wrestling show.
What? Mox is back then, eh?
Mox is back by order of the Peaky Blinders. Mox is back.
Oh man.
But no, what do you think?
Your accents are great today, by the way. Like absolutely crushing it.
They always are.
I was really surprised by it. Like, I did not see it coming. I was just as shocked as everyone who was in the crowd who heard the music instantly. And he keeps bringing up in interviews and a lot of stuff I've seen. Like, I watched one at the San Diego Comic-Con where he's talking about how his foot was shattered and it's not anywhere near healed. It's on its way though. And I'm like, to come back and have that stare down and say, all right, I mean business. This is going to happen. Shit is going to go down and most likely hit the fan all over the place. Like, that was just so cool to
That
see.
fucker was just bouncing on it too. He was just saying, I got you.
And I wonder how much is going to come into play, like how much that'll be sold, if it really is going to actually hurt. Like, I don't know how fast that stuff heals. I don't know, but I feel like it's so important. And
you know, Mox is gonna stomp the fuck out of that thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming, and everyone like that'll be like a crazy shock when it does happen. They'll build to it, but yeah, I thought it was really cool to hear that tune and be like, oh hell yeah, we're in for a treat.
As soon as I saw that there was 5 minutes of the broadcast left,
you knew something was gonna happen.
Something I was like, oh, this is about to be crazy. I loved that it was that because it's I'm really psyched. I love Mox love that he's getting his reign with people. The matches have been like he's batting 1,000.
Dude, that's the thing. I know Punk has to win, but like I kind of don't want him to. I kind of want Moxley to win because I love what he's doing.
It's just
he's doing such a good job.
It's so good.
I love how much both you and Jordan love Moxley. Like it's uncanny.
We're Mox men.
I'm a Moxman.
Mox militia, right here.
A Moxman.
A Moxman.
I'm a Moxman, mate.
Pro Moxman.
I like the cut of his jib, all right.
That I do.
Feels like you could take him down to the pub, have a pint.
That's like why some people vote. You know?
Well, non-alcoholic pint.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. I love that.
Soda water.
I watched the sessions with him and Renee, and he's like plugging some non-alcoholic thing as just like a thing he likes to drink. And now he's fully sponsored by them.
Yeah, they just keep giving him like. Which here's the thing, I get like,
who else is riding for that?
LaCroix, come on.
LaCroix's
non-alcohol.
LaCroix don't need Garcenio at this point, brother. They're an empire. LaCroix is the McDonald's of sparkling water.
Yeah, we gotta get. Well, I gotta get even like. Polar I could do.
We need Polar.
And that's my favorite one.
Yeah. It's the best.
I'll help you, baby.
Okay. Feed me.
Let's do it.
I bet you could get Liquid Death straight up.
We kind of do.
Okay.
They've paid us a lot of money. I love
the first ever water for men. Can you believe it took this long?
I can't believe it. It's because I'm a sponsor because I have a mustache for men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Do you drink Liquid Death, Alicia?
I do not know.
See? You would have an adverse reaction if you did.
Really?
Something would happen physically. It would not. I don't think chemically it's supposed to be.
It's full of eugenics or whatever.
Yeah. And she'll like it too. That sure. What is that one? Total T?
Total T.
It's full of Total T. Yeah. What's that guy? That's the one that's on Dynamite all the time, right?
I think I'm going to continue to stick away from those just for a little bit.
And trust me, she'll like it too. And she's like, I get that's worse than the State Farm commercial for me at this point.
I agree. I hate
those ones are so cringeworthy. Like we don't get them too frequently up here. But whenever I'm in the States and we're not like streaming something that comes up, like it strikes me every time.
It's brutal.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
Really brutal.
And they're always on. It's like 8 times.
And they're long.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize you could cut commercials that long anymore.
2:20, I think, right? 2 minutes 20 seconds is like the max length.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
The other thing for me, I was like, because I only watch it like on an internet, either illegally or legally. But I thought that because it's like on the internet, I was like, oh, that's why there's only like 3 commercials that just loop over and over again. That's just how
that's what I see
now.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Oh my God, give me anything. Give me like, can I get like a mom who's like really frustrated that she can't get the dog hair out of her carpet?
Dude,
needs a fucking
give me the married couple that wants the Sears air conditioner now.
Right.
Give me them, dude. You'll call. I'll call tomorrow. You'll call now. I want to see that one. That one makes me feel so good.
Do
It's
you
weird.
have
Sometimes I'll stream so frequently that when I do watch something that has commercials, I'm thrown by it. So I'll sit down and actually watch them. And it doesn't hit you until that moment. You just kind of step away ever so slightly.
Yeah,
Just how terrible and cheesy every single
it's
one
bad.
is now.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Like, how did we not get creative with things? YouTube ads aren't like as terrible.
Well, other
I don't
than the
get it.
toxic poop guy.
The toxic poop guy, number one nemesis.
Alicia,
Colin's gonna kill him before me.
100%. Toxic poop guy, Alicia, it does not surprise me that toxic poop guy is not being curated into your feed. But Jordan and I have been cursed.
I'm looking this up. I'm still here, but I will be right back.
So this guy starts every ad with asking if you know that there's 5 to 10 pounds of toxic poop in your body, apparently. In my body,
don't
not
bring me
yours.
back. I'm having PTSD from you doing
I know.
this.
And
oh wow, this is actually a thing. I really thought you guys were maybe
No.
bullshitting for a second.
he is
P-
specifically
PTSD in this stance is poop toxic
shock
stress disorder.
dumps. Poop toxic shock dumps.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
is separately, coincidentally, the reason that both Jordan and I got YouTube Premium.
Mhm.
We said at the
What?
same time to each other, like it was like a mirrored sentence, uninterrupted, of like, I got
Yeah.
YouTube Premium because of the toxic poop guy. Wait, Jinx.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh wow, okay, I have it pulled up. I'm gonna watch this afterwards. This looks
It's a
like
nightmare.
something.
it's like the
It's-
ring though. Be careful.
Do you have
Oh no.
do you have like a favorite ad, Colin? Do you have like a favorite commercial that you've ever
Yeah.
seen?
Yeah, I don't. All right, I like it because it's like fucked up.
Okay.
Okay. I only saw it one time, but it was this McDonald's commercial. I don't know if I can even talk about it. It's kind of sus.
Oh, now you have to.
Okay, it's this McDonald's commercial that is like one of the most racist pieces of media I've ever seen. Where it's like two kids playing basketball and they get home and their mom got McDonald's. And it's just like one thing of a 10-piece McNugget. And they go for the nuggets and the mom goes, y'all better don't touch my McNuggets. And it's like McDonald's. That's the ad. Y'all better don't touch my McNuggets.
Oh my goodness.
That's awful.
But it's like, I was obsessed with it. Just thinking about the marketing manager that was like, this is going
Right, thinking what
this
were
is
they
gonna
actually
kill.
thinking and how is this
Yeah.
right, exactly.
I love the Kendall
They
Jenner
were
Pepsi.
thinking.
Kendall
They
Jenner
were
Pepsi
thinking-
ad. Legendary.
Well,
Have you seen
on
that
the
one?
lighter,
Which one?
The Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not fucking kidding you.
Both of you?
no, man.
I've
No,
never
I don't know
seen
what
it.
this
Oh
is.
my God. This is okay. So this is height of Black Lives Matter, right?
Oh,
Oh
God.
yes. Oh my God, I do know this.
And she's
Wait.
walking through a riot. And
Right.
and
I have
hands
seen
yeah.
this.
and
My
hands the
sister
cop the
showed
Pepsi.
me this.
I
The
have
greatest.
burned it from my mind because this is also like, dude, I don't remember anything that happened a month ago. Like everything's gone.
Yeah, I feel
When
that.
I realized that we had been doing the show for a year, I was like, it still feels like we've only been doing it.
Dude,
for
that sickened me.
Wow.
one.
Wow. I had my Knotfest anniversary like a month and a half ago, and I thought this
Yeah.
is weird. It's been a year since starting to do these things.
So we started about the same time.
Yeah.
this was
That's
destined.
Congrats.
crazy. It
was
was. Congratulations, my fellow hosts.
Congrats, guys. We did it. Okay, wrestling. Wait, what's your favorite ads?
Wrestling.
What are your favorite ads?
Oh, I
Oh.
really don't know. I was thinking that whole time. Like, I don't have one in specific that's actually coming to mind for me.
I'll go while you think of one, Alicia. My favorite is actually an ad that I realized like my friend in college's dad directed, and it's an Apple Jacks commercial, and it's a commercial where there's just like just classic two kids are eating cereal on like a porch or whatever, and like the mailman comes up and just goes like, hey, what are you guys eating Apple Jacks? And they're like, yeah, and we know it doesn't taste like apple. And the mailman just goes, yeah, I'm actually just here to deliver.
Oh
this
my
mail."
God, dude. Fucking legendary.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, you got one,
Oh my
Alicia?
God.
Because I just
Yeah.
thought of another one while you were saying that.
Okay, so I thought of one that
best
had my
one.
family and I just like losing it. There's the one for the slap chop that would come up.
Oh, Vince from
Where the
Slap
guy-
Chop.
Yes, absolutely. But I remember the first time watching it as a kid being like, this guy is on something like hardcore. And then he was just fucking going insane about slapping your troubles away, slapping them away. So we'd always walk around my house whenever something would fall or someone would be chopping something with a knife. I don't know. It was just like, slapping your troubles away. And I haven't thought about that in ages.
Have
but
you
that was a
ever
thing.
read up on Vince from Slapchop?
Didn't he have a bunch of like creepy stuff that happened? Wasn't there something weird?
Yeah, you should look it up after this. It's crazy.
Oh, that could be another
Vince,
rabbit hole.
It
Okay.
is. It's we're ruining your life tonight.
Dark
With
dark
stuff to-
web of
Paul,
danger.
okay.
Vince
We're,
from Slapchop.
we're gonna break Alicia Willow stuff, but it's very funny.
Oh, it's not like I have a connection to him. It's just that
No, it's a great ad.
it's a great ad. But
He
now
could
I'll
have
probably
he
buy
could have
something
held the
crazy.
Billy Mays crown. You know? He could have taken the torch from Billy Mays.
if
I
he
couldn't wait
wasn't-
until after the show. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. But anyway,
Also-
the ad I just thought what was that, Jordan?
I was just gonna say, just like Vince from Slapchop sounds like a hardcore guy from a hardcore.
It does. Slapchop. Is
Yeah,
like,
it's just like,
Slapchop from Boston, you know?
yeah, Slapchop from
Yes.
Boston.
Man.
They toured with Blood
It's
for
Vinny.
Blood and Dropkick before
Yeah.
before they parted.
It's Vinny from Slapchop. Slap your troubles away, motherfuckers.
The ad. Sorry to
Big
do
old
this again.
circle pit. That's
The-
fantastic.
The ad I thought of. I mean, and when you say food, that opens up a whole genre of ads.
Yeah,
'Cause that's the
that
best
did for me
kind.
as well.
The songs, some fucking hits, man. The In and Out song that is like only ever played on K Rock is a master.
heard this.
Oh my god, dude.
In and Out song?
Yeah, in and out, in and out. That's what a hamburger's all about. But there's like a triple
love it.
harmony. It's crazy.
Wow.
Anyway, the ad I thought of was a Totino's pizza roll ad with Tony Hawk, where
Oh yeah.
these kids are eating Totino's pizza rolls, just
They
like
didn't run this up here. Man,
Oh.
I'm missing out.
they were scarfing down these pizza rolls. Tony Hawk blasts in, like I swear to God, it's like through the wall, like,
It is through the wall.
and he sits with them and just starts eating all their pizza rolls.
This is
And
great.
and the kids go, Mr. Hawk, could you like share?
Yeah.
And he just goes, no way. And that's the end of the ad.
That is, I haven't even seen it, and that is beautiful. That is a great
It's
commercial.
so good.
It's
Wow.
one of it's one of the greatest. It's truly unbelievable.
That's fantastic.
You brought up jingles, Colin.
Yeah.
And on another wrestling podcast called Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling, they brought up the
Mhm.
new. I've never watched like a Brian Alvarez or Dave Meltzer thing or whatever, but they brought up that like Brian and this other guy named Vinny have like a podcast together, and they have like a new jingle.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking it up. They were like, they have this theme song has no reason to go this hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I gotta hear it. And I checked it out. It is straight up like it's like one of the most unbelievable jingles I've ever heard in my life. It's just a guy.
Oh, I thought this was gonna go
belting?
south. It's
Yeah,
good.
me too.
No, it's fucking unbelievable. It's a guy but it's just it's just about Brian and Vinny having a wrestling podcast. So it's a guy coming and just going, Brian and Vinny. And it's so, I want to fly an airplane
Wow.
listening to this fucking stupid
Wow.
wrestling jingle. It's
Wow.
unbelievable. This
Good
guy
for
You
them.
works hard.
sold me. You
This
have
guy-
sold me.
This guy needs to be, this guy needs $1 million.
Is it
I
like
love
rock
this
or
guy.
is it like an opera? You made it
It's
sound
like-
like some
It sounded
opera.
more like an opera.
He sounds like he's like singing
like
like
Messiah?
opera over like mid-tempo soft rock.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Wow.
It's like simultaneously it's like soft rock and an anime.
That's huge
This
news.
guy is
Wow, that's a lot.
belting. It's a lot of shit. Brian and Vinny, the podcast theme fucking slaps. It's like
Hey,
it's
I
my
have so
number
much
one of the
homework
week.
after this.
I know.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
listen to that the
goodness.
second
We gotta
finish.
talk. We gotta talk about wrestling, you guys.
Yeah,
we gotta
that's
talk
true.
about some of this shit.
What's next on the docket, brother?
Next
Yeah.
on the docket, like there keeps being Bray Wyatt rumors. Alicia, Colin and I last week talked about like our thoughts on Bray Wyatt and the Fiend. Where are you at with Bray in general?
Right. So it's weird because for me, Bray Wyatt was one of those wrestlers that I was never like crazy into. And it was one of those things where everybody was so captivated by him. And I always wondered, like, what is it? And I loved his finisher. And that was kind of the only thing that I ever like was like this on. So I haven't been following any of it too closely other than the in-betweens where people are kind of like, is something huge about to happen with him? Because there's always so many rumblings all of the time. So I'm kind of just like, I'm not following it per se because I honestly, whenever it came up, like I don't really think I'd pop for it. But it is one of those things where I get why people would. So I'm kind of indifferent on the matter, to be quite
I
honest.
think we're all in the same boat a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. I think like
You said that very somber.
I did.
Yeah.
I meant
yeah,
it very.
same
Yeah.
boat.
like. Here's the thing. I say it's somber because I want to be a Bray Wyatt guy, because the ideas are unbelievable.
It's so creative. I definitely give it to that. Absolutely.
Dude, I get like, of course I like a talk show gimmick. So like it's like in a top gimmick idea for me. And I love the cult leader stuff. He's so compelling. It's one of those things where I don't even know if he is a good wrestler because of how much limited dumb shit they make him do. They
Very
literally book him on purpose to have the worst matches. So I can't even tell you if he's skilled at the actual art of wrestling because he never gets to do cool shit amongst the WWE nonsense. It's
Right.
just
No, that's so true. I've never come away from watching one of his matches and thinking like, man, that was a great match. I
Yeah.
thought the theatrics are cool, or the surprises are coming up from out of nowhere all of a sudden. Like I was like, all right, that's pretty neat. But I've never finished a match thinking like, wow, those were like some cool move sets
Yeah.
or something like that. Other than how I mentioned the
He's
finisher.
not a work rate guy, which can work, you know. And I'm sure
absolutely.
he
Some
can.
of my favorites were like that,
Exactly.
you know. But I am curious if there is another side.
I'm sure he could be, but we'll never know in that system. And that's why Jordan and I's consensus last week was kind of like, right now where wrestling is, we don't see a space for him, you know?
I'm feeling like that's happening a lot lately, where there's so many wrestlers and so many new wrestlers that are suddenly rising to the top, or these people that have been around for only a year working their asses off, getting signed to AEW instantly. Like every spot's starting to get taken. The more WWE guys are released, you see them filling up elsewhere. Now with Triple H back in command, some of those guys that were released are coming back. It's like it's so overpopulated to the point where hell yeah, cool to see all these people get jobs, but at the same time, as a fan, I'm like, where are you putting all of these people? And I feel like that's the very similar situation with Bray right now.
It's really nuts. Like I was excited about WWE for 2 weeks, and then, to be honest, Killer Cross coming back in the main event just kneecapped my enthusiasm. I'm not big into that guy outside of Lucha Underground, but I especially do not want him directly like in the main event.
He's already in it, you know.
He's mixing it up already with Drew and Roman. Like
that's like an instant shot to the top, like blink of an eye kind of thing. I knew
Drew's time, number one. Like just let him at least have he'll do a good job in a one-on-one feud. Let him just give him a fucking break. Put Killer Cross somewhere else, but like immediately insert. Is he, number one, even ready for that? And I don't think anybody just even wants to see that. I think everybody, we all want Drew to have his Moxley moment. You know
what was interesting is when that was announced, and I knew about this like right before they appeared on television and whatnot, like a day before. But the weirdest part to me was seeing how many people in the industry were absolutely psyched, like hyped about it, and then how many fans were extremely disappointed because they just wanted that Drew match to take place before everything went down with the
Interesting.
injury. So it was really weird to me. I'm like, okay, is this because like you're friends of them and it's a cool, amazing moment for anyone to just be in like WWE main event status? But at the same time, fans were like, man, this was a storyline we really wanted to see and now we can't, and this is the replacement. So yeah, I've seen a lot of mixed signals on this stuff the last week.
Agreed. It
Yeah.
would have been like, wouldn't that have been more? I know Triple H is trying to make a statement right now, on every television show, who wouldn't do the same thing,
Especially in that position.
especially in that position. But the timing of the statement, don't you think it would have been more effective, like at the pay-per-view as the show was closing or something?
Yeah, dude, put the like. I feel like, you know, it's too much too fast, and it's also like I think the fans want Johnny is the
Yeah.
big thing. I feel like which is them, you know, fantasy booking themselves into disappointment. It's not his fault that he can't get Johnny.
Of course.
Johnny will be back.
Johnny probably will be back.
I keep thinking who are going to be those picks, right? That suddenly pop up.
I mean, we should talk about that. Who do we think makes sense in the WWE landscape to be back?
I mentioned her before, but I don't know how long the contract is, but I genuinely think that there has to be something, even if it's within a year's time. She's already talking to him, probably something with Tony Storm, because seeing everything behind the scenes, seeing how close she was with Triple H, how every time, whether it was the Mae Young Classic, like different things she was involved in, she was always shot to the top. I know hand in hand, like a huge part of that was attributed to him. So I don't know if that was something where he was, I don't want to say cool with her, letting her go or whatever happened. However, or her issues there, but maybe now those issues are gone and that can blossom again. So I know that fans would absolutely pop like crazily for that. Who do you guys think would make kind of sense there? I'm gonna think of another name. Because everyone's kind of thriving where they are. Like some people don't need to go back.
I don't know that. Just like I'm thinking of who will come back and people will be excited, because you look at like a Braun Strowman.
Right.
That moment has passed.
Cardona, maybe.
That would
people be excited about that though?
I think so.
I think they might be, because you're looking at literally the first ever like internet like backed wrestler under a regime that would actually, like, if he got that big, if Zach got that big back in the day and there wasn't a Vince, they would have at minimum
They would have gone with him for a bit.
They would have gone with it, at least at a mid-card level. Like he would have got like
right.
They would appreciate a guy getting himself over, and the fact that he did that and went out of the system has kicked so much ass and he's done an incredible job. I can't believe how good he is at being the WWE guy outside of WWE. But if he came back after all this, like, I think we're looking at, like, at least at the start, at least the excitement.
I actually think it would have the same I think it would have the same juxtaposition where like indie fans would be absolutely psyched, but WWE fans might not care as much.
Like, really?
Which is kind of weird.
Like the opposite.
Yeah, kind of the opposite. And that's just the vibe that I kind of get from like seeing the difference between crowds when they're like super hardcore. But yeah, I'd be interested to see. I'd be interested to see.
That pop when he won the title at Mania.
Before, okay.
And that was like,
I think people remember him.
Dude, that was years after his moment too, you know?
The WWE audience is ready to be into Matt Cardona. And I think weirdly, even with like the hype bros, it seems like people like want to root for that guy.
You just gave me a fucking stroke just thinking about that.
Right? I can't believe that I pulled that out of my ass. I forgot about that gimmick entirely. But I think people are.
Yeah, that was something.
I weirdly think that, like, if Cardona came back, that it could be exciting for folks like him and Chelsea.
Who else is there?
Chelsea.
Like, just think about the people that were released. Who makes sense that comes back and is a legitimate player? Adam Cole?
Oh, are we including AEW
I
folks?
guess.
Uh,
Like recently signed ones, you mean?
yeah,
I like because they're like what they got 7-year contracts. They
something
have to get bought out.
3 to
Yeah, they're
5
pretty
probably.
long actually.
I
Huh.
will say I think someone that could come back and fucking kill it, even though I like Miro
Hope.
could come back and he could take the Redeemer
You
gimmick
think
and
so?
kick a lot of ass.
You think
Yeah,
that
dude.
he would be appreciated there?
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
I just think the fans would be excited. That's all
The
I'm saying.
fans were excited last time, and look how that went.
that's true actually.
I agree. I'm not saying it's gonna work. I'm just saying I thought we were just talking about who would be excited.
Yeah, I'm sure, and I'm sure that would go well at first, much like the Cody WrestleMania thing. But then Miro's a guy where I like, I think he's on the right track there. He's used for like special circumstances, and the matches are always good.
He does need more TV time, but
Sure.
I just
everybody
think there's
does.
nothing
What
like
can
as
you
of
do?
right now. Yeah, sorry, let me talk over you. I think it's
No.
one of those things where it's just the inner Canadian in me coming out. I got to apologize anyway. Uh, yeah, it was one of those things where from the start, watching him over time, like the wrestling was always solid and technically there, but there was nothing kind of drawing me in storyline wise ever that was crazy compelling. So I'm kind of at that same spot.
I feel like
I
he's figured that just on from what I like in a guy. I think
Yeah.
he's now figured that out with this Redeemer stuff.
The Redeemer is
Loving it.
incredible. I think EJ movement brings up that apparently Miro retweeted a fan that Miro
But that's
should
what
go
he
back to
does.
WWE.
He likes to
Right.
stir the poo poo, you know?
What did he retweet? Sorry? Something from a fan?
Something that he should go back to WWE or whatever. But
Yeah.
I that doesn't mean a lot to me personally. But I guess like the conversation around like we really don't know how they're gonna book anymore. I think a lot weirdly resides on what's gonna happen at Clash at the castle. I feel like because this is the first full. I feel like a lot rides on this. Like, are they gonna put the title on Drew? If they don't, how are they gonna not put it on him? And what are the stories gonna be? Like EJ Movement also brings up that he's like kind of done with McIntyre and the title and whatnot. But you know, again, we got sick of Drew McIntyre and shit because we get sick of literally every single WWE Vince babyface.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Writes
It's
them
like
all. There's you can't do anything. Like my like if Vince is doing something to ruin you, like you will be ruined. The Mox couldn't make it work as a bad guy
Right.
because he was being given so much dumb stuff. It made him quit. Like we are it. So if we're talking just about purely the possibility of someone going back and getting to do their thing inside WWE, I like with the potential of decent booking. I I guess I would be excited to see. I think Miro would go back. The fans would be excited because old people would love to see Rusev back, and he would probably do something similar to the Redeemer there.
Mhm.
There, I don't know. I think that I don't see anybody going back without bringing skills that they've developed in AEW or whatever
I
they're doing
think
outside.
yeah, I think a different skill set or a completely different gimmick, persona, whatever you want to call it, where people are like, oh shit, like this is super badass. I'm glad that they're back. And, something refreshing, not just going from one to the other and it being the exact same. Because that's what gets me excited anyway, watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I feel like there's going to be a reckoning at some point of there's going to be some big event where people are like, oh, okay, this is very much still the same company.
I think so too.
So who knows what that'll be.
We'll watch and see. Hopefully it's soon.
I think the thing I'm most curious about is what happens with Cody. Is Triple H gonna honor the Cody deal? Like do you think
The
that
Cody
Triple H,
deal.
I
like
know, I like that.
the like all right, we're gonna bring you in and you're gonna beat Roman for the title. Like that's clearly what Vince wanted to do.
Sure.
Do you think that that's what Triple H still does? Do you think he still sees him the same way?
It's a good question. I
Hmm.
know Cody is like, as much as he was doing like the Throne Breaker and stuff, the man like loves Triple H. He
Mhm.
says he's his favorite wrestler. I don't know.
He says that now.
He says it now. Exactly.
He would not saying that literally a year ago, but
He sure wouldn't.
go off.
Very
But
true.
who else makes sense? They're paying all this
Big
money
E.
for him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Big E, who knows if he'll ever wrestle again?
That's very.
He's
That's actually really true.
he's
Wait, there's
no,
news
he's
on?
yeah. He's gonna make the recovery. He released new. It's still taking more time, but I
Oh.
I believe he put like an update, like it was like good news from his doctor that he is healing the right way.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But who knows
Okay.
with a neck thing how long that takes, you know?
That's the point. But like, dude, if Big E comes back, I feel like no brainer. He's the guy. He's the
100%.
baby face.
People would be so excited, and he fits perfectly into that baby role to like counter the darkness that they're bringing in. I think that would be really fun to see. But then again, like I really do, I think like it's a personal thing, but also just him being one of my favorites growing up. When it comes to Cody, like I love watching him in the ring, the moveset, like the snarkiness that's brought, the passion. So, getting to watch him, like I would not complain if that was what it ended up being.
It seems the most realistic way
It
if they're
does.
For me, it feels like Cody being the guy to me might be centered around the like this is still the same company, and I was a huge Cody guy for a really long time until the I don't know, I feel like there was like just the moments of just like a little bit of tone deafness and not kind of refusing to like go with the flow with how he was perceived by the audience, like that rigidity that reminds me of Vince era WWE, like not that I feel like that's the only thing you have to do is just like, oh, the audience is
Listen.
booing this person, it's a bad guy.
Yeah.
How about you
That's true.
I
A lot of
also
companies don't listen. I see it all of the time, even within ones that I've like worked for. Guys are be cheered like crazy, but they're trying to turn him heel, and it's like, why are you pushing against what the fans want? We see it so often with like huge names too.
it's so wild.
I mean, indie wrestling 101 is like no matter what your plan is when you go out there, if you're getting booed and like you got to be conscious enough to switch things up in the middle of a match sometimes. How many times
Totally.
how many
Absolutely.
times have we seen this happen, you know?
Oh, all of the time. Or I'll see the opposite where they come out like they're ready to get booed, but people are cheering them on and they're still being snarky, but it doesn't fit the mood
Yeah.
and they're not playing in between. I'm like, this is kind of hard to watch.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
see it frequently, and it sucks to be that wrestler and in that position when like whatever the crowd's pushing and the people behind the scenes, management, whatever they're pushing, just doesn't vibe at all, and everyone can feel it.
Yeah, like if your whole plan out there was like, all right, I'm just gonna do chicken shit stuff, and they're just cheering the whole time. It's like you got to be able to
I
adapt.
know.
AEW is huge, minus Cody. They have not fucked that up.
Which was for sure, that was Cody just being like, no, I won't do it.
No, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I'm dressed like America, and it's like you are literally the foreign heel in your own country now because people are fucking mad. That shit pisses people off now.
Mhm.
That's the other thing is I feel like I don't I like even as a baby, even everything aside, it's like really we're going with just like the baby face of the biggest wrestling company in the world is just an American flag guy again, a blonde American flag guy.
No, you're so right. And the other thing too is Brandy's are actually linked to him as his wife, like had some of the most heat in that entire company. Like people were not having it with her for a hot minute.
Everything she did like in a row was sequentially like the first 5 bad things that AEW did creatively.
And I really think though, like that could have triggered the whole turn, obviously on her, on him. So the whole direction of keeping it baby just two, I was like, man, they like really hate you or love to hate you. Like that's where you roll with it heavy, twisted a little.
Dude,
But
yeah. And he had like there's a perfect excuse, which is Malachi Black missed.
Mhm.
You know, let that corrupt him or whatever. Just whatever. Like I don't know.
He's worked on
Turn
that
heel.
recipe since, and now it's
working.
it's corrupting people so good. So
It's corrupt. Oh my god, it's corrupting Daddy Sting.
Sting's eye. Oh my goodness, he should get that checked
I
out.
listen. I got corrupted eyes.
Yeah.
I say let it
oh, that's
seep
true.
in,
You
babies.
lived the life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
Listen,
your
I got
own
both
mist.
eyes.
We have an expert here.
It's true.
Yeah, I got both
Crazy
eyes in the
timing.
mouth.
You're a mistologist.
I like I have this pre Malachi Black mist, but let me tell you folks, let the corruption take over. You're gonna have a wonderful time. I'm living the dream right now.
Noted, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hanging on to that hair, so it's doing something, you know.
I can't see
Working.
Bruce Willis anywhere without thinking about our show, and it frustrates me as much as it humors me.
Like Die Hard era Bruce
Listen.
Willis hanging on for
So,
dear life.
oh yeah. So
Still
well
looking
done.
damn good.
Well done, guys.
Listen, that is a compliment that I'm taking to the bank. Bruce Willis, people look at Bruce Willis and it reminded me.
Yeah, straight up
Impressive.
facts.
Right.
I meant it that way initially, so
Yeah.
100% complimentary. You, Bruce Willis, and John Moxley. That's the
Beautiful
big three
triangle.
right there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ah,
Come
what
on.
company? What company I'm in?
Warner Brothers. I don't know.
That was good.
Me, Mox, and Bruce Willis on HBO Max.
Discovery Plus soon.
Soon to be
In
Discovery
an
Plus.
unscripted.
I am that's the thing. I'm technically narrative, so I might not be on there for very long.
Sad.
I'm out of there.
What is going on there, man?
I have no idea, but we we also got to talk about this the Rock Vice show.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about this?
So it's gonna be.
I think I saw this on his Instagram, but I didn't actually. Was there a trailer that dropped?
I don't know if it was a trailer, but it's him in the Dark Side of the Ring team. I just don't. I literally don't know if there was an actual trailer. It might have been something.
Like an Instagram announcement, but I didn't see anything past that.
It's him in the Dark Side of the Ring team doing Tales from the Territories, I believe it's called.
Oh, I mean, just production value wise, that's going to be great at least.
Yeah, he don't. They do incredible work, and he's like.
Oh yeah.
He's the Thanos of entertainment. So.
100%. Ooh, that's very cool.
But this as a replacement for Dark Side of the Ring?
That's true. Well, it depends who they have on. Maybe who they potentially get, like, let's call him The Rock. Get Dwayne to interview. That could maybe be like different and kind of give it some familiar feeling to the other one, potentially. It depends how they spin it, I guess, because it's a void to fill. That show's amazing.
It is amazing.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It is. I would be devastated if it was gone forever. But like apparently there's so Vice is owned by A&E, is that true, Jordan?
I believe so, yes.
Or they have the same parent company?
They have the same parent company.
Viacom or something?
Because Vice Land or the Vice Land the show started on HBO Max or HBO. And so they have the same, and then they were trying to grow into its own network owned by the same parent company. And I think now Viceland doesn't exist anymore. And I don't know. Is it
just on a YouTube thing or what?
I don't know what Vice TV is anymore. I don't know if they have a cable channel.
Well, we beefed them, right?
Confusing.
Did we?
Yeah.
I carry your beef, so just tell me, okay?
The thing is, I still get called in for that yearly meeting, so I can't beef them too hard.
I love I love Viceland.
We love Dark Side of the Ring, baby.
I love
it. No, seriously though.
Genuinely.
Incredible. The most compelling panic attacks I've ever had.
I just love how it's done where they show like the old blurry, nostalgic, like smoky in-ring
Oh,
segments, and then they go right to the beautiful
so
cutaways
good.
into talking to that person or showing old footage. Like,
So good.
oh, the production on it is just so good. So hopefully
I
at least that quality carries over to the
Quality, sure,
Rock
but
show.
it's gonna be. It feels like it's gonna
Content
be
for
like a
sure.
sanitary version of it, which
I don't know.
that
feels
sucks.
bad, man.
I didn't think of it
It'll
as a replacement until you mentioned it that way, honestly. So that kind of sucks.
We'll
it'd be
see.
a bummer. We'll see what happens. I think it could be. I think it can be at minimum. It'll be an interesting show. I think it'll be a well-made thing. Accuracy and like
Oh yeah.
censorship wise could be a mess though.
Yeah.
I heard a bunch of backlash on the accuracy for a ton of those most recent dark sides. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to believe anymore, but I'm entertained and hopefully the bad stuff isn't true, and then that's great.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure it is.
man, it's
I'm
what
sure
I
it's
am
true.
too. Oh, from the stuff I even have been experiencing lately in wrestling, like I'm sure it's true. People are insane, but that's a whole other
Ric
story for a
Flair
whole other day.
Ric Flair grabbed the mic at the end of his last match and went, "Everything you've heard about me is true," and then cried.
Are you serious?
I'm
Are you
not kidding.
joking?
No, that happened.
He
Oh,
said that.
He said that. Hit a button, Colin.
that was
Give
Siri.
me the
She heard me and she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
give me that. We need the curb theme or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm hot about this. Don't make me laugh. I'm angry.
Well, wow. Incredible timing on the glass break.
Thank you.
That really was.
Beautiful stuff. I want to bring something up since we're talking about stuff that we're I'm not so much hot about this, but I think that I want to talk a little bit about the Sunny Kiss squash on television.
Hmm.
I know that Sunny Kiss is like now, I guess like maybe apparently a part of the group
The trust
that was a
busters,
part of the.
correct.
But I think that there's a thing that maybe AEW doesn't realize or is unaware of in this. Like, I know that things might be weird between Sunny Kiss and AEW or whatever, but like the audience doesn't know that. The audience kind of like we don't know fucking anything really, but I think AEW doesn't realize that Sunny is like the representation of the entire queer and non-binary community, and seeing them squashed like that on the on its their first TV appearance in years, like it looks shitty. It just kind of looks. It doesn't look great, and like I don't think it's malicious at all.
Yeah,
Absolutely
there's
not.
no
It's
way.
not that. There's no way. I just think they're not seeing the whole picture, and I don't think that you have to use Sunny Kiss if you don't want to for whatever. Like absolutely fair game. Like it might be like a case of like like it might be difficult or whatever. I don't have any idea, but I think that that means that you need to pick more wrestlers from adjoining communities to like take up that time or space. Like, don't use Sunny, but like bring in Jamie Lynn or Effie or Kid Bandit or Max the Impaler. Put Max the Impaler on actual cable television. Like, yeah, I know we have Bowens and Nyla, but like, and they rock, but there's just like two of the seven letters at a certain point. It's I think that they might not have the full picture of just like what that kind of looks like. And I think that there is a lot of great queer wrestling talent, and we just gotta see that shit on TV. I'm sorry, we just do. It's like I am harping on this just because this is how I got into wrestling, is because of the queer community, like showing it to me and showing me a piece of it that I can enjoy. So it's a little frustrating that after like 6 years and it being talked up as part of the whole platform, that we're just kind of we're not seeing enough of it. Like, again, I know that there is Bowens, there is Nyla, but more. It's not. There's always more that needs to take place.
No, I second everything that you just said. And when it comes to Sunny in specific, anytime that I saw them at shows, did an interview with them, we had the best time. Like the moment that they walk into a room, it's immediately lit up. And I'm not just saying that to bullshit. There's just something about their essence that I love and eat up. It's the same as they make their way down the ring, are cheering with cheerleaders, whatever it may be. And so to bring them back after so long and people actually be excited about it, I saw the like count on that post. People were hyped, the comments, and then just to kind of whether inadvertently, intentionally, I don't know what the beef is, if there is any, but the disrespect that was shown there, I just was kind of surprised by it, especially seeing in my feed so many people picking up on it. Like, you're gonna announce this return, make it super exciting, push it through your socials to get the benefit of Sunny's fans, and then just do them like that. Like, that didn't sit well. And I don't really like get invested in stuff like that. It's just liking them as a person. It's like, why? It's frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know what's going like I don't totally know what's going on. They also might have a plan for this them joining the stable.
For sure.
I'm just saying it's kind of like it just seems like I think that they don't realize that like people are invested in Sunny just because like it's the whole community. It's a representation thing. It's not necessarily it's hard, and I think it's hard to see the whole picture. So just I think they got to be careful with that, and maybe just be aware that like, all right, well, if we don't have strong plans for Sunny Kiss, or we don't like really want to like work with them for whatever reason, let's get some other folks on there. There's plenty of other good wrestlers that are part of the LGBTQIA now community.
I just saw, I mean, in that there's a 6-woman, there's like a trios tag match on Dark tonight, I think. It was like, it's like Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm, and Sheeta teaming. And put that on TV, brother. You know,
brother, put that on TV.
Like whatever. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this Trustbuster stuff. Again, I'm not here to because generally long term these things do pay off.
Totally.
And long term they do listen when something's not working.
Totally.
So I'm sure I mean, I don't know if anybody's watching this show, but you are speaking for the crowd is vast. The people that are Team Sunny Kiss and like, why are you doing this? So I don't know. They seem to be very good at picking up on these things. So we'll see where this
so
goes.
Hopefully after that happening, they realize, okay, this is what the fans want. So let's finally give it to them.
But also, a heel Sunny Kiss sounds cool to me.
Oh my God, I would love that.
So maybe that's
it's so different. Yeah.
I again, this is not so much about Sunny Kiss. I think it's
about the community and hoping that there's more of a light shown on it within wrestling.
I think that's like people were bummed. Like there was a large community of people who were bummed that Sunny got squashed by Kenny that one time, and they were taking like, you know, Joey Janela's place, of course. Yeah. But I think people were bummed about the squash because they were like, we're probably not going to see Sunny Kiss on TV for a really long time. And that's what we were bummed about. And they were right as shit.
Yeah, it was like 500 something days or something.
It was an unbelievably long time. And now the first time we see them back, it's a squash. It's sort of it's one of those things where it's like AEW, I'm like, you're like, they just brought themselves kind of just like unnecessary heat with that. Like, you know,
for now, but then
gotta know.
But then what happens when Sunny's doing badass heel shit and it's awesome?
It's cool.
Then they look like geniuses.
Now I'm hoping for that for real. Like that
I would love it.
Really fun to watch.
If they Bianca Becky this thing, sure. Yeah, that kicks a lot of ass. I just also, you know, sign Jamie Lynn and Effie and shit. Go for it.
Which we also second, so.
Totally.
Effie. Oh my God. Did you guys see the clips from the Mox match?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the clips. I saw the clips.
Shit.
They should have come with a warning.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
I'm all
The
honestly,
smoking.
I'm in. If you are watching this and you see the Effie versus Mox stuff, and you have like people comparing Effie to Joey Ryan because of those spots.
What?
Yeah, like jump off a bridge.
There's such a difference between there being a similarity between gimmicks ever so small, which have nothing to do with the human behind the actual facade, and then saying this person is like this person. A and B do not coincide. They do not match. That logic baffles me hearing that.
Truly,
Oh my God.
truly.
Also,
find another interest. Fuck off.
Fuck off. I was
outta
about to
here.
say that. Fuck off.
If also I saw comments that thought that were like Mox left WWE to do this, and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's dope. He's the dude. I finished a book and then saw those clips.
Yeah.
Like I'm even more of a Mox guy than I could ever be. And Effie is a fucking game changer.
Yeah, I agree.
A game changer for wrestling. They are undeniable, and there's gonna be just so many more Effie
looking at
matches.
that big spot logically, the one that everybody's talking about with the choking and then the jacking off. If this is like the same logic as the coffin match, right? There's no DQ, right?
Yeah.
Your boy's getting fucked up. Why wouldn't you come in and help them? Right? You're Effie.
Mm-hmm.
This sexy guy is choking you.
Yeah.
It's sexy.
It's only logical.
Why would you not start cranking your hog? You know?
It's fucking genius.
That's how does Jim Cornette not see that and go like, well, goddamn, that's wrestling logic 101.
I love the way that Effie uses like gay panic.
It's
as
genius.
a
It's brilliant. Because look at the reaction.
Everyone's talking
whether
about
you love
Effie
it or
today.
hate it, everybody is sharing it.
Exactly.
Here's the thing: if you hate it,
fuck you. Yeah, you're a loser.
Literally, fuck you. Get away.
You're a loser. That's
You're
all.
a fucking loser.
Anyway, that's our show.
That's our show. Hey, thank you for watching Knotfest Wrestling, everybody.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll see you next Monday and hopefully every Monday ever.
Everybody,
forever
everybody,
and ever.
If you're wrestling fans, check out Danhausen on Hard Lore Pod on this very channel.
Oh, thanks, Jordan.
Ooh.
Yeah,
it's our biggest episode ever. It's no big deal.
Speaking of biggest episodes ever, I have check out if you are a My Chemical Romance fan, which honestly, who is it? You're a cow. You are a coward if you are admitting that you're not into MCR. Shut the fuck
Cowards.
up. Shut the fuck up. Enjoy a musical, you fucking dweebs. And also check out my interview with Frank Iero.
Amazing.
We talk about 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. It's the biggest episode of that show. Good week for us. What are you doing content?
What do you got going on,
Alicia?
That's so exciting. On my end, if you guys would love to dive into some more music and wrestling interviews, there have a bunch of music ones coming your way, but specifically in wrestling, I have one with Alan Angels dropping soon, and Warhorse and I have a new segment where I ask him all about music, a bunch of different questions, all within 69 seconds. So head on over to my YouTube channel. Just type up Alicia Atout YouTube, and bam, thousands of videos for you to indulge
Fantastic.
I fucking love that. Dude, Warhorse,
genius.
What a gem.
I love that man. He's the coolest.
All right.
What a dude.
I can't wait to see it.
Good dude.
All right,
Thank
everybody.
you. Well,
all right.
much love,
Peace
guys.
out.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.